So hello everyone and welcome to my coverage, my highlights of PSGL round 2 here in Silverstone, the motherland of Grand Prix racing, and in the car of the man himself, Sir Lewis Hamilton, coming out of the pits to start our first banker lap. Felt confident really. I didn't really know the pace of the other guys here, but I definitely felt like I did have some decent pace around Silverstone. Always have had some good pace, to some extent. But yeah, it's really driver friendly track, not too many stupid curbs, and well, therefore I do enjoy racing here, although it can be very hard to overtake at points, which you're going to see later on in this race. And yeah, we're going to come out for our first bank lap, and I stick straight to the end of it. It wasn't anything special. It was decent up until Max Beckett's, which I completely porked. And yeah, we got into 5th very early, coming across the line, and it was not too bad. A 126.664. We are just 200ths behind Mosey in the Alfa Romeo. And we're going to skip straight to the end because in my middle lap I just had a really bad first sector and I wasn't carrying enough speed, so I decided to back off and just go for one run right at the end, all or nothing, minimal fuel, minimal time left on the clock. Let's see what we can do as we come through Abbey, just about at the apex, a bit tented through there, trying not to invalidate of course, coming down into Village now. We trailed the brakes very nicely, avoiding a big lockup, but here, yeah, it's a very hard corner to get right, so I'm always going to lock the inside tyres. But yeah, it wasn't too bad. We got a decent exit as a result of going slightly wide, but yeah, I felt like there was more time in that sector as we do a low 0.3, which is not the best. It could definitely add a 0.2 in the tank. But yeah, we continue on trying to gain the time back, and we get a very good run coming out of Luffield here down the I don't know which straight this is, I'm sorry. We're going to go into Cops, lift quite a lot there actually. Was very tentative at this point because I wanted to make sure I kept the car on track, of course with very little time left on the clock. Go into 7th gear for Beckett's, an unusual choice but one that I quite like for stability. And yeah, we get a decent run there, a little bit tentative exit out of Mackins and Beckett's, but yeah, we hit all the apexes, which was not something I was particularly accustomed to doing, let's say. And I believe it is going to cut out through Stowe. Yeah, I do apologise, but yeah, we take Stowe very nicely there. When you can hear, we have a big lockup coming into the Vale chicane, but it doesn't really matter as we get a really nice run as a result. I'm going to come across the line and we do a 126.278 that puts us in P3. And as you're about to see, we do stay there, and yeah, I was really happy with that time. As we see Wrench coming down, I do know what straight it's called, it's a hanger straight. Yeah, I was really happy with P3, I wasn't expecting such a high result, and yeah, I felt like I could have got P2 on a slightly better lap without the lockups, but yeah, Leroy was in another dimension on that 0.0. It was better than my PB actually coming into the race, so I was really happy to be as high up as I was. And now we're going to strip straight to the start, it's lights out and away we go, and once again our reactions are piss poor. Luca already upper inside, but we keep it almost entirely pinned through Abbey, and we get a Wrench on the inside. He had a much better start than us, but we had a really good run down the inside of Abbey. Now we're going to brake very early into Luke, trying not to push him off. We do give him a little squeeze, as you can see his end plate in the bottom right hand corner of your screen. And now we're going to go side by side down the straight. Leroy pinning away, his eyes lighting up in joy as we keep battling out through Brooklands and then Luffield almost side by side. I go quite wide to give Wrench the advantage, and eventually he gets the run on the inside. And at this point I was like, there's no point battling it anymore, using my ERS or anything, because he was definitely ahead. And yeah, we didn't want to have a little recreation of the Hamilton Verstappen crash as we go pitifully wide at Cops. I can only apologise to the stewards if you're watching this, it was very hard. And yeah, Max and Beckett, as I said, I was absolutely shocking through there the entire race. It was the only place I was really losing time to my competitors. Although Wrench had a little bit of a dodgy exit there as well. All of us a little bit tentative as the VSC is deployed after, I believe, Mosey might have spun at Beckett's. So yeah, we're going to skip straight onto lap 4, very long VSC, but no one boxed of course because it was right at the start of the race, and we missed one apex, we missed 2 apexes. It cuts out, but I can confirm that we did actually miss the 3rd apex as well. An absolutely scintillating run through Max and Beckett's as we lose 1 position to Luca, and we're now going to be side by side with It Sharky in the Ferrari car, going all the way on the inside of Stowe, going a little bit aggressive. You can see him going off track. We did not really give him that much room. I just really couldn't afford to lift off any more than I already was, and there was some crippling understeer there. And yeah, we do live to fight another day though in P4, stay with the train. Yeah, we were really pulling away this entire race. It was us 5 at the front the entire time, which was good fun but challenging at the same time. But now we get a decent run from Maggins and Beckett's, and Sharky gets an even better one. The little wheel user himself goes down the inside at Stowe. We have to go very wide, have to lift off to avoid getting a warning as well. And we did go back down inside. We did squeeze him a little bit. I'm sorry, the footage is pretty atrocious. This PS4 is not great. I apologise for that. But now we're going to go straight on to lap 8, closing up to Leroy and Wrench. Almost have a little look at the inside of Wrench there actually. But we are going to come into the pits. Luca tried to undercut us on about on the lap before. Of course, the straight here is a straight soft medium tyre where it is almost non-existent. So Luca felt comfortable, as you can just see the Haas coming just past the second sector line now, and we're going to try and see if we can avoid too much of a major undercut. As you can see, there are no cars around him, so he didn't have DRS, which was a big aid. Yeah, we have to trundle down this painfully long pit lane at just 37 miles an hour, walking pace for these 2021 F1 cars, and Luca is now going to cross the start finish line. It looks like he's going to be ahead of us, but by how much? Let me try and get a little bit tentative on the throttle. Excuse my voice. Nearly crossed the white line there, was brilliant, which is brilliant as well. Slide through village, just getting accustomed to the new tyres, and yeah, we are 1.7 seconds behind Luca, so we lost about a second to him. A big undercut. We're going to skip straight on to lap 20 because that was it was just a DRS train. We all came around in similar places. Wrench got jumped because he went for a bit of an overcut and it didn't work out for him. Now you're going to see the most stupid penalty of all time. Basically, I had a chill. My excuse is that I have COVID right now, as you can probably tell from my voice. I just had like a little chill, a little spasm, and yeah, basically my hand moved and I got a penalty, and I was going to try and get this removed because it did undoubtedly go off the white lines, and I did actually get another warning in the race anyway, so it didn't really matter that much. But yeah, I'm the only one in the leading train with a penalty. I am an idiot, confirmed. And now we're actually going to get very close to Leroy, who did not have DRS. We were all closing in a lot here. The pace was picking up even more as we started pushing and using our ERS reserves. And yeah, we go for a little switch back on Leroy, and Sharky actually had a look down the inside. I'm not sure if it was the most reasonable thing to do. Fortunately, he didn't spin. But yeah, we did make some contact there. It was the second time and that chicane in the race actually. But now we're going to go straight to lap 25. We're going to have a look at these last 2 laps of the race because this is when it started to heat up. Of course, I was out of contention for the win at this point, which really did piss me off because of my penalty that I knew I was not going to get removed. But yeah, there are just there's still hope. Of course, we guaranteed top 5. Maybe someone else could spin, maybe someone else could get their own penalties. You know, there is still a little bit of hope to salvage maybe a top 4 finish even. And now Luca is pushing like crazy. He's gapping us a lot here. He really wants to get as close to Leroy, who is going to be using all his DRS right now to try and get out that DRS. Both of these two trying to make a break from the pack of me, Sharky and Wrench. Although we do stay in the DRS for the hanger straight. Not as shaky as before from Maggins and Beckett's, not losing 3/10 to Sharky as we did previously through the race. As you can see on the Delta, there's barely any dag on these tyres. We are just going, pushing even harder with every lap. And yeah, Luca has now got us to 8/10. He's absolutely sending it with his ERS the whole way down the straight. We are just about staying in that DRS, just try not to bottle it, try not to go into the wall for this last lap. He's just of 28.1 fastest lap, which I can confirm is rapid. And I'm going to show the last lap in full because this is where things got tasty. We did manage to stay in that DRS and keep Sharky at a reasonable distance as well, so I was quite happy with the run up coming into this last lap. Hit that apex at loop quite nicely. As yeah, we deploy our ERS, we're close to D rating now. We're just going to drop sub 10%, I believe. No, we just about stay on 10% ERS. And Leroy, as you can see, has a little moment coming into left field, and Luca actually gets him on the inside there. I think he might have. I've watched this footage back actually. I think he might have had a little lock up, just hit a bit of curb, And now this actually plays into our hands really well. We're going to have a look at the inside of Cops, get painfully close to Leroy. It's just 800ths now. They're going to be side by side coming into Maggots Beckett's. We have to lift off because we had too much overspeed and we were going to cause a crash. And we try and get a good exit, but it's not enough. But Luca's now going to go away, and he has the DRS coming down a hanger straight, and that leaves Leroy vulnerable to myself and Sharky. He covers the inside. We're not going to go for a move. We don't want to waste time with our penalty. And Luca looks like he is going to win this race on track, and Leroy's red light starts flashing for the first time in the race as Luca takes the checkered flag. We come home in P3 on track, so we'll call it a podium because my warnings are stupid, but we are classified in P5 for the race. Well, I was quite disappointed with this because I felt like I did have the pace. I was really happy to have the pace to stay up there because these guys are really not slow in the slightest, and yeah, it was really fun to race with them. Yeah, P5 and PSGL. I am a reserve in this tier for the minute, so obviously it was quite a good result to have, hoping to get myself in a full-time seat at some point. But yeah, as you can see, 2.1 seconds off the pack with that penalty, and that is it for today. Thank you for watching.